Global warming, rising CO2 levels, melting ice caps, increased ocean levels, dwindling oil reserves, and disappearing natural resources. These are just a few of the important environmental issues we face today. As the human population grows, our need for natural resources dramatically increases. Because of this, vital reserves of coal, oil, and natural gas are rapidly depleting. These reserves are not unlimited.
I think sustainability is using resources in a way that doesn't deplete them. For example, wisely using water resources without polluting them and causing them to be unavailable to future generations.
Living sustainably simply means that we conserve natural resources for future generations by using them in a smart way.
When you think about sustainability, one thing that immediately comes to mind is conservation. In any type of plan to do things more sustainably, one of the first things you're thinking about is how you can cut back your use of certain things.
But doesn't that mean we have to be uncomfortable or give up things we enjoy? Not at all.
I've been in the middle of a project where I'm restoring the house that I just recently bought, and it's a log cabin that was built in the 1850s. The interesting thing about this project was the fact that before I started it, it seemed like, in my mind, most of these types of products were something that you'd have to investigate and purchase online, or they would be very expensive. And ultimately I found that the products that I needed to purchase and the work that I needed to do was ultimately something that was available locally and realistically wasn't as expensive as I thought.
A lot of people have had the idea that sustainability and recycled materials are more expensive, and in some cases they are. However, you have to look at a life cycle on materials. What's the payback on doing some things?
One of the benefits of conservation is that you can feel it in your pocketbook. If you cut down your amount of electricity you use at home, your electric bill goes down. So you're not paying as much money out of pocket, and at the same time you're doing something that's actually helping the environment.
Choosing to recycle, to minimize waste, to purchase a more efficient car, to take mass transit or walk more often, to perhaps reduce the amount of meat that we consume, or to be conscious of where the products that we buy come from. There's a lot of direct impacts we can have. We can do a lot day to day that helps.
Let's explore some of the ways that we can make your home more sustainable. Resetting your thermostat from 72 degrees to 65 degrees for 8 hours a day could save you 10% on your heating bill. A good time to do this is when you're out of the house or everyone's asleep. Use an indoor fan. You'll be able to raise the temperature setting about 4 degrees without feeling a difference. Make sure your home is well insulated. Walk a lit candle around to check for air leaks and problem spots in your home. Take short showers, not baths. Bathing uses up the most hot water in a household. Only wash full loads of dishes and clothes. Washing laundry in cold water can save up to $53 on your yearly utility bill. Most Phantom or Vampire loads have either a remote or a transformer cube. Hair dryers, TVs, and DVD players are examples. Such products need to be unplugged when you aren't using them. Instead of lighting one entire room, try placing task lights at different areas in the room. By lighting only the areas you need, You will have brighter light exactly where you need it, and you'll save energy at the same time. Turn off lights as soon as you walk out of a room. Incandescent bulbs should be replaced with compact fluorescent bulbs. Just by replacing 5 bulbs, you could save $25 off your yearly energy bill. Another way to live more sustainably is to incorporate some renewable energy sources into your home. The Solar Decathlon is a student design contest organized by the U.S. Department of Energy. Colleges and universities from around the world built fully functional solar-powered homes. Here at the Solar Decathlon, we learned about different ways to use solar energy and minimize energy use.
We try to design with every kind of sustainability sense in mind.
This is a polycarbonate material, this white material that we have here. This material it's simply just like a plastic material that's clear. And you can see windows, and what it does is it just gives us this feel of it not being actually anything on the house, but it seems like, you know, it's just a very thin and light material, and it has just an air pocket in between two plastic materials.
A passive solar house basically is situating your house with all the glass on the south side. That's really where we're collecting our heat. Really, it makes the house into a solar collector. In the winter, the sun is lower in the sky, and the leaves are off the trees, and it can come right in. In the summer, the sun is high in the sky, the leaves are on the trees, and it can't come in, so it regulates itself that way. And if you notice on the floor, you see the cracks on the floor? You can see that this is open to down below. Down below us is a chamber just like this, but it's part of that same system, it's part of that same wall of air. There's also a crawl space under the basement. As the air is heated, it rises, it can go right up into the attic through those, you can see the cracks up there, and as it's rising, the air in here is replaced by the air from down in the crawl space. The air in the ceiling is returned to the crawl space by a shaft, and so that's the way the system works. It just makes a nice house to live in the fact that we wanted to build a solar house that didn't look like a solar house, just that we wanted a more traditional looking house.
Individually, if people just think about what simple things they can do, that, you know, it really could help a lot. It really is simple things that will, you know, I think eventually add up to do something, you know, to make a difference.
So in my mind, it's a matter of being very conscious of your usage of just, you know, your everyday consumerism. If we think about our consumption, whether it's with the things that we buy or the things that we throw away, just a little bit of awareness of what that all means.
Sustainability, in my mind, is very far-reaching. It depends on what you want to get out of things. It depends on the actions you take and what you can do to impact not only your life, but the life of other folks around you.
So, you know, what you do in your personal life, how you make choices about spending money, but then also how you vote. You know, if people are sending a clear message that they want people, regardless of their party or regardless of how they may differ on a broad range of other social and economic issues, that this is something that's important to them, obviously we'll be able to make a lot more progress in the public policy arena than we would otherwise.
Living sustainably is less difficult than you may think. By putting in a small amount of work and becoming more energy conscious, you can reap innumerable benefits. You'll save money, live more comfortably, and help the environment, all at the same time.